With the future of Doctor Who being semi-uncertain, people not quite knowing what direction the show's gonna take, or even if it will take a direction at all. I mean, I have hope. I think the fact that we've had that CBeebies commission for a Doctor Who spin-off, that's a very good sign. I think the main show is gonna continue, but in what form? Well, I asked you guys over on Instagram what you wanted to see from the upcoming future of Doctor Who. So let's go through your suggestions and read them, because there's some pretty interesting ones, and there's a lot of ones that have come up time and time again. I mean, we'll start with this, the big one, which people have been suggesting for, I don't know why, there's been a massive influx of this suggestion, Matt Smith as the Master, over the past month or so. But first, a word from today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by the wonderful people over at FLEXI. Look, it's like the doctor said.
One thing you need in this place is a chair.
So why not get yourself a FLEXI ergonomic office chair with dynamic seat movement. Look, the link to the product will be in the description, but I can genuinely talk from experience here. As of filming this, I've used this chair for just over a week now, and it is genuinely one of the most comfortable chairs I've ever sat in my life. If you spend most of your time, like I do, sat in front of a desk, whether that be to edit, to write, to record a new video, or anything of the like, then this chair is genuinely worth your time. It's got a very fancy arch-shaped headrest at the back of the chair to help support your neck, and crucially as well, helps me to avoid the dreaded gamer posture. It also has fully adjustable armrests, it can go up, and it can go down. Basically, it can be fitted to your every personal measurement, adjusting the headrests or the arms to give yourself the most comfortable experience in this chair. And here it is in my office where it's sat for the past week or so. In fact, it's currently on sale now. So yeah, big shout out and thank you to FLEXI for sponsoring this video, and as I say, check the link in the description to go and get yourself one of these fantastic chairs. Now, back to the video. Not just in my comments or on this channel, but I've just seen this idea sort of floated around the Doctor Who community. I think ever since RDJ announced he was coming back to Marvel, they've gone, yeah, we'll get Matt Smith in. Like, if Marvel can have Doctor Doom played by Iron Man, we can have the Master played by the Doctor. I'm pretty sure that's the main thought process here, but Matt Smith as the Master, would I be on board? Look, it's not a bad idea. Like, I wouldn't hate it at all. I just don't know. I think the problem with the show at the moment is because we've had the sort of stunt castings of Tennant for 14, Billy Piper for the 16th Doctor, like, how many times can you bring back these returning faces? I will give you, Matt Smith keeps saying, and has been saying for about 10 years now, he'd absolutely love to return to Doctor Who. Karen Gillan, despite her sort of Hollywood celebrity status now, after being in Marvel and Jumanji, etc., she keeps saying she'd come back to Doctor Who, as does Arthur Darvill, so I don't think it's impossible. But I think maybe they missed the opportunity in terms of bringing Matt Smith and co back. If they did it for the 60th, so you had 3 specials with Tennant, then 3 specials with Matt Smith, then 3 specials with another Doctor if they were up for it. Like that, I feel would be a more cohesive idea, rather than just, if you do it now, I feel like the show reeks a little bit of desperation. If you brought back Matt Smith after Tennant, after Billy Piper, after Catherine Tate, it's like, how many more faces can you bring back? We need new stuff. So I'd be here to see Matt Smith return, but not anytime soon. And also, I don't know as he'd be good as the Master, to be honest. He's a great actor. I'm sure he'd be wonderful, but he's so good as the 11th Doctor. I think he should stick to that. Like, the only slightly questionable performance he ever gives in Doctor Who, no offence Matt, we love you, is Mr. Clever in Nightmare in Silver. And that's like the evil Doctor. And the Master's basically the evil Doctor. I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to it, I love Matt Smith, but I'd worry about its effects on the long-term future of the show. Now, let's race through some of the others. Daniel Horner, 05, suggests more spin-off like the Sarah Jane Adventures. Yeah, I mean, as I say, the CBeebies have commissioned a Doctor Who spin-off. I'd like to see more spin-offs. Like, we've got The War Between the Land and the Sea coming up, but I think it's unlikely if the actual show's future is in jeopardy, and we don't really know where it's going. I think we need to sort the main show out first. As fun as spin-offs are, they are secondary priority to actual Doctor Who. Random Verse Official suggests something different and a bit dark. Now, if some of the rumours and leaks are to be believed, that's what Doctor Who's new streaming partner is actually wanting. They want a new, darker, grittier Doctor Who that appeals to an older demographic. And I think that Doctor Who's still got to keep its campiness and charm. I mean, it's still got to be written quintessentially, at the moment at least, by Russell T Davies. So I don't think it's going to be too gritty and dark for a while. But it would be nice to see a more Series 8 sort of Capaldi and Moffat-esque take on the show. I'd be here for that. Jack Corran 2000 says, Amazon Prime Video is the best way forward, and I think Billy is going to play Bad Wolf Rose. Yeah, as I said, we don't know if Billie Piper is even playing the Doctor. I have a sneaky suspicion she's not going to be, because there hasn't been press photos, she hasn't been announced as the 16th Doctor, her name in the credits isn't anything. Like, we don't know who this character is, we just know Billy's back, so I imagine it'll tie with something in the past. Bad Wolf, I don't think she'll just be the face of the Doctor, which I think that's a controversial choice within itself. A lot of people were saying within this question thing that they really want Billy to actually be the Doctor, otherwise it's just stunt casting, and I agree. Daniel Horner says, more Pantheon of Gods. Yeah, it's a fun storyline. I think they should do it for a couple more seasons, then when Russell leaves, they tie up the Pantheon for the while. Still, you could do an odd Lux type episode, but I think there should be a big story about the main Pantheon members being defeated in some way. Tommy Reds says, honestly, I hope to see a whole new series if she's only the Doctor for one special. So yeah, this is another request to see Billie Piper as the Doctor. He then goes on to say that he wants a special between her and David Tennant. Now, my thoughts on this as a fan, that'd be cool. I'd like to see it. Why not? I'd be here for it. But similar to Matt Smith as the Master, because this comment's come up a few times as well, I don't know whether it's healthy for the long-term future of the show to just bring back more nostalgia. It's, yeah, 50-50. The Trickster's being suggested as well. Who wouldn't want the Trickster? Someone also wants a Vlinx spin-off where he sits and stares at the camera for 45 minutes, 13 episode seasons. That would actually be more useful than he's been ever, like, so far. The Vlinx does nothing. The only hate I will allow on this channel is Vlinx hate, because he's a coward. He retreated into the floor. He doesn't do it. Hashtag cancel the Vlinx. Matt Berry as the Doctor would be hilarious. Yeah, Matt Berry would be great. I'm holding out. He'll be the meddling monk. He needs to play the meddling monk eventually. Doctor Who Mine Imitator just says, I hope it doesn't get cancelled. So do I, but who knows? Susan has been suggested here. I guarantee you, if Doctor Who does get recommissioned soon, Susan is 100% going to be there. You cannot leave the plot thread dangling as much as they did at the end of season 2. There's got to be more to this whole Susan thing than we currently know. William Bryce just says yes. Nice. Yes. True. Galaxy of Plastic says a female ginger Doctor and a male companion. Yeah, the Doctor's always wanted to be ginger. I'm here for it. Who would we cast in the role? Karen Gillan. Matt Smith Master, Karen Gillan Doctor. No. We've got one of them in the comments. Less awful acting being used to seem more diverse. I don't know. Shut up. Mortiz suggests specials with Billie Piper. So yeah, this is another common theme. People want specials rather than seasons with her. I kind of think if she is the Doctor, let her just be the Doctor. We haven't had a proper, well-known mainline Doctor who's stayed for many, many years since David Tennant, in a way. I suppose we had Jodie, but we need another face of the show that sticks around and wants to be there. 10 episode seasons with mid-season finales. Yeah, I really did actually like the structure of season 2, to be honest. Sure, I'd like more episodes, but I don't know how realistic that is. But 8 episodes with a sort of mid-season setup in the middle worked really well for season 2, I think. that we actually get new seasons and that those all have 10 episodes. Yeah, they're basically the same as the last comment, to be fair. Great minds think alike. Then it wouldn't be one of these videos without the same person suggesting Keanu Reeves going to a kebab shop for some reason. Just shout out to Keanu Reeves. Transparency. I'd rather know if the show is in safe hands or if not, and not hear it through leaks. 100%, but I think the problem is at the moment Disney have probably pulled out, and they're not gonna want to admit defeat until after they've aired The War Between the Land and the Sea. Then I think the floodgates will open and we'll know all the new information. Strax suggests cool new reoccurring characters, similar to Riversong or the Paternoster Gang. Yeah, I do think Doctor Who needs to do more world building. I thought they were going to kind of do that with Rogue, but he only really came back for like a green screen cameo in Wish World. Freya Coley suggests Susan. Please no more fan service doctors / teasers. It's too much. I just want good TV again. Yeah, fair enough, Freya. I do think that's the thing. It needs to survive on its own. As I keep saying, it cannot just thrive on the past. Doctor Who, it needs change. It needs new stuff. So, yeah, and Susan. Let's wrap up Susan. Daniel Wright says, Doctor's doing more seasons, particularly with 8 episodes per season. Yeah, this is what I mean. We need another long-term mainline Doctor. Now, Bad Wolf here, probably not the company. I think they'd be at odds with themselves here, but suggests Russell T Davies should not be involved. I don't know. I like Russell T Davies as this sort of overlooking Kevin Feige type figure, because that man knows Doctor Who inside out. So yeah, I think keep him on board. Here's the most bizarre suggestion. Board God Almighty says, a Dalek love story. 2 broken Daleks begin to experience emotion, fall in love, get a cat, etc. As long as they have a companion called Petrol, I'm here for that. I think it would be absolutely marvellous. Jake Marriott suggests a good reason to Billy being back and an amazing casting for the next Doctor. Yeah, we do need a new Doctor. Big face of the show, we need it. Jesse suggests Gingers. Absolutely marvellous. Covstar Light suggests Jackie Tyler's reaction to the 16th Doctor. I'd be here for it. And then Daniel says another Tharies cameo. Yeah, you know what? That's where we'll end the video. Another Tharies cameo. Tharies should actually... Yeah, we can tie all this together. Dye Tharies' hair ginger and make him the 17th Doctor. There you go. That's the future that the show needs. I hope you did enjoy the video. As ever, if you did, please do remember to like, comment, subscribe and share. You know the drill, helps me out a lot. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the Patreon if that's your thing. Thank you and goodbye.
Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Confused Adipose YouTube channel.
I will destroy you! She's not seen a single episode.
No, I've watched your episodes.
Keep these sonic screwdrivers.
What else am I saying about the film? Don't watch this one.